Yesterday, Volodymyr Zelensky visited Trump at the White House. We spoke on the phone for a long time yesterday evening. The visit did not go as Zelensky had hoped. I think I can say that here. But it also shows that we as Europeans still have a lot to do. To end this war in Ukraine as quickly as possible. This war could be over within 24 hours. If Ukraine stops fighting and hands the country over to Russia. But then we can only assume that tomorrow there will be another country attacked by Russia. Moldova could be one, it could be the Baltic states. And even here at home we see every day how Russia carries out cyber attacks. How Russia is responsible for disinformation and many other things. Russia has not come to terms with the world as it is today. Even Putin himself says that the greatest disaster for Russia was the collapse of the Soviet Union in the 1990s. That is Putin's opinion. And from this, he draws the conclusion that power and the military should once again be allowed to determine policy. And he is acting aggressively, not only against Ukraine, but also against many countries in Europe. We will have to defend ourselves again.
President Trump, if you okay Tomahawks to Ukraine, what's going to happen if the United States is in a conflict and we need the Tomahawks? Do we have enough?
That's a problem. We need Tomahawks, and we need a lot of other things that we've been sending over the last 4 years to Ukraine. We've been, we gave them a lot. Now we have a different situation. We send it to the European Union. They pay for it and all that, and they have plenty of money. But it's beyond the money. We need Tomahawks, or we need a lot of other weapons that we're sending to Ukraine. One of the reasons we want to get this war over is exactly that. It's not easy for us to give. You're talking about massive numbers of very powerful weapons. So that's one of the things we'll be talking about. Hopefully they won't need it. Hopefully we'll be able to get the war over with without thinking about Tomahawks. I think we're fairly close to that. Yeah, go ahead.
President,
yeah, please.
Just to understand. So for today, of course, we want to finish this war, but the war is another technological war. You don't use just Tomahawks. If you want to target a military goal, you need thousands of drones. It goes together with such missiles. Ukraine has such thousands of our production drones, but we don't have Tomahawks. That's why we need Tomahawks. But the United States is a very strong production, and the United States has Tomahawks and other missiles, very strong missiles, but they can have our thousands of drones. That's why where we can work together, where we can strengthen American production.
Sie hatten mir ja schon mal am Telefon gesagt, wenn ich Sie sehe, dann sollte ich auf Sie zukommen. Ja. Ich habe da einen Zettel.